I want us to discuss one of the best compounds. It's a natural compound, polyphenol. Polyphenol are compounds that are found, certain compounds that are found in plants, especially in fruits. All right. The topic today is resveratrol. Resveratrol. This is a compound that is found in grapes, blueberries, and the rest. You have heard about the French paradox. It happens that in certain areas of France, southern France, certain areas of France, people live a very long time without metabolic diseases, like diabetes and cancer and the rest. And yet, they take a lot of red meat, they eat certain foods that are associated with certain diseases without getting those diseases. So when scientists started doing studies in these areas, they could not understand why these people are not getting metabolic diseases, yet their lifestyle suggests that they should be contracting those kind of diseases. So it was named the French paradox. So later, another group of scientists discovered that it was because all these people that were living so long without these diseases, their entire life, while participating in eating all this kind of bad food, was they drink wine every day. There's that tradition in France of drinking wine every day. So scientists embarked on a program of trying to look what was it in this red wine that was preventing these people from getting sick. Now, there are so many compounds in red wine, quercetin, resveratrol, and at the end of the day, they discovered it was resveratrol. There's a wide range of polyphenols that can work as good as resveratrol. Now, these compounds, the plant, in this case the grape plant, the grape plant, it makes these kind of chemicals in response to certain stresses. You get me? In response to certain stresses, environmental stresses, because of sun, because of bad soils. Some of these grapes, most of the original grapes used to grow in rocky places, and there are a lot of environmental stresses from insects, from the environment, from the ground. So these plants, this class of plants, make these chemicals to protect themselves. Now, it just happens that the same chemicals can protect you. Actually, most plants make herbs or make medicine to protect themselves. Now it happens that they can also protect the animals. So these plants, like the grapes, the vines, the grape vines, they make these chemicals to protect themselves from environmental stresses. Now, we have also discovered that because they are found in very small amounts. For instance, to make half a kg of resveratrol from the grape vine or from grapes, you need almost a whole ton of grapes to make just half a kg. And even in red wine, they are found in very little amounts. Those people who benefit from it, they benefit from it because they have been taking wine every day and in larger quantities. Okay, so at the end of the day, it can help them. Otherwise, drinking wine 1 day or 2 days or even a week cannot help you. You need resveratrol. You need to extract resveratrol. And initially, it was very expensive because getting enough quantity, for instance, you need to be getting about half a gram of resveratrol for it to be beneficial in your body. That's like drinking 300 bottles of wine. So you can see it's not practical to drink wine and get the kind of resveratrol that you need. But those who drink wine for a long time, they can usually get some of the benefits of resveratrol. The kind of resveratrol that we now use for commercial purposes, the kind I use, we get it from Northwood the roots of knotweed. You know, we have discovered that whatever fruits have, the kind of chemicals that fruit make, these chemicals are also found in some roots of some plants. And in the roots, we find larger quantities of the same chemicals than in fruits. So roots and even some barks of certain trees are better sources of these polyphenols than even grapes. And when you get it from roots, it's cheaper. So now resveratrol is available in a wide range of uses. You can get it in chemists, you can get it in you know, there are a lot of people who sell them. The only thing that you should not do, the only people who should not take resveratrol are people who have, you know, problem with estrogen, because resveratrol actually has almost the same chemical structure with estrogen. Okay. These are the things that resveratrol can do for you. In certain experiments, you have discovered that resveratrol can suppress cancer cells. Now, this is not to say that resveratrol can cure cancer. The studies that has been done, including by us, is in test tubes. We have seen resveratrol suppressing the growth of cancer cells, preventing them from metastasizing. So this is encouraging that something that can, you know, suppress cancer cells is good for you. Resveratrol can also ease joint pain. For instance, arthritis. Arthritis, not very many medicines for arthritis actually work. The paradox. But resveratrol can ease the pain in your joints. The mechanistic pathway that it uses to suppress pain in your joints is not very well known, but the fact is it does, and that's an established fact. Now, resveratrol can also increase insulin sensitivity. That means it is anti-diabetic. If you have a problem with high blood sugar, it can bring it down. And with it, actually, it can help you to maintain your weight. People who are ballooning weight, you know, it can help you to manage your weight. Also, resveratrol can activate your sirtuins. These are the workmen in your body, the silent information regulators in the cells. It can help to activate them. So actually, this is a strategy of preventing cancer, because sirtuins are key in preventing cancer. The mechanistic pathway that resveratrol uses to prevent you from gaining a lot of weight is AMPK. We will have a discussion on AMPK on another video. AMPK stands for adenosine monophosphate activated protein kinase. You don't have to remember the whole word. The whole word. You can just remember AMPK. You know, resveratrol activates AMPK, which is very good for your health. It also protects your brain. How does Alzheimer's form? Alzheimer's form by there are certain proteins that can accumulate in your brain, and when these proteins they start misfolding, we call them amyloids. They are called amyloids, and these amyloids, they form what we call plaque, and it is that plaque that is the primary cause of diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's they form in your brain. Now, resveratrol does not remove them, but it interferes with their formation. That means the people who take resveratrol have a higher chance of not contracting those kind of diseases. Finally, you know, there was a lot of hype when resveratrol was first discovered, that it could prolong human life. Because what we have discovered, actually it can prolong lifespan of certain animals by up to 70%. But these are very small animals, and these are very small organisms like worms. We have not established, you know, that whether it can prolong life of human beings. There is no evidence But the evidence that we have from other animals is encouraging. You know, if something that can work in other animals, it doesn't have necessarily to work in human beings, but it is encouraging. What happens is, the only other way, bigger organisms like primates, you know, and us, what you need is to take resveratrol with another compound called nedemen. If you want to prolong your health span, it can work that way. To some extent, it's good for your health. So today we discussed about resveratrol. It's good for you, but don't take in large amounts. Just 500 mg, that is half a gram. And this is not medicine, so I'm not prescribing medicine. This is a compound that can help you maintain good health.